Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And this is going to be the first of many Harry Potter versus series I have planned for this channel. As you can see in the thumbnail, it's going to be against the two most famous Dark Lords to ever hit Harry Potter or Fantastic Beast. Lord Voldemort versus Gellert Grindelwald. These two dark wizards are insanely powerful, but yet also have like enough charisma and cunning in order to try to gather followers to their cause and start a great wizarding wars. But in the end, who is like the most powerful dark wizard of them all? I'll be starting off with Lord Voldemort. When Voldemort was born, he actually had no concept of actually how love really works because he was actually born of a love potion. Later in his life, he ended up actually using powers and abilities and making people hurt or make things do whatever he wants, which already started down his dark path. He later then ended up getting taught at Hogwarts, and he was one of the top students at the school and became prefect his 5th year. And this is where he ended up actually learning the abilities of the Horcruxes, to where that he ended up actually splitting his soul into 7 different Horcruxes. And after he ended up actually splitting his soul into those different Horcruxes, he ended up actually trying to take over like the wizarding world and to kill and control all the Muggles. That is until he ended up actually gaining like a prophecy from like Severus Snape that like there will actually be a rival of his like coming to overthrow him. They don't realize that actually that it might actually be like Harry Potter, so he ended up actually finding out about Harry Potter and I was actually trying to go to kill him. But the moment he ended up trying to, the spell ended up actually backfiring and destroying him for a time. He didn't count on like the power of love, which is like the most powerful magic in the wizarding world. And because of the Horcrux, he ended up still surviving, but then actually ended up later on actually end up getting his like body back by stealing some of Harry's blood and by killing Cedric Diggory started the Second Wizarding War. Throughout this, Voldemort has become like truly powerful. He's been able to actually kill Mad-Eye Moody, actually end up killing like so many Order of the Phoenix members, along with destroying all the Aurors, took over the Ministry of Magic, and even actually took on Albus Dumbledore in a duel. His whole goal was to reign supreme and to dominate anyone who stands in his way. And oh yes, he ended up actually going to Nurmengard actually to talk to Gellert Grindelwald about where the Elder Wand was, which later on Voldemort ended up actually killing Grindelwald. But this is Grindelwald when at an age like over a long period of time. I'm actually talking about like Grindelwald in his prime versus Voldemort in his. Now on the other side we have Gellert Grindelwald. Grindelwald at a very young age was obsessed with the Deathly Hallows. He attended Durmstrang School, but because he did terrible experiments, he ended up getting expelled from Durmstrang. His goal was to start a wizarding revolution to enter an international statute of wizard secrecy in order to actually control the Muggles, because they believed unchecked they'll actually end up destroying the world. So Grindelwald actually wants to control them for the greater good. Grindelwald's intelligence and understanding of magic was on the same level as Albus Dumbledore himself, which you realize that yes, Albus Dumbledore is the most powerful wizard of all time. And to be honest, the only person to able actually finesse Dumbledore himself by actually almost having Dumbledore believe that he actually wanted to actually join Grindelwald on this revolution of his. But after a tragic accident, Dumbledore ended up actually not doing that. So Grindelwald ended up actually flaying. Grindelwald ended up getting more and more powerful and more followers over the span of many years. He later ended up attaining the Elder Wand from Ollivander, and with that, actually just automatically increases power and magical abilities. Because countless waves of horrors end up coming after him, but yet he ends up basically swatting away their attacks and basically frying them with his blue fiend fire, along with other different techniques. The Ministry of Magic realized that they can't actually really hardly take on Grindelwald, and they actually wanted to actually have it to where that Dumbledore ended up taking him on because he's the only one that can go on par with him. Which later on Dumbledore ended up actually doing by actually end up defeating Grindelwald and end up actually winning the Elder Wand from him. But this was not an easy feat because the duel between Grindelwald and Dumbledore lasted 3 hours. And to be honest, we don't actually really know how Dumbledore ended up doing this because as far as we know, that since Grindelwald actually had the mastery of the Elder Wand, he shouldn't have actually lost that duel. But I hope to learn more about that down the road. Because I'm just saying, because Grindelwald is a master duelist, and is said to be actually one of his most primary skills. One-on-one or outnumbered, Grindelwald ended up actually destroying a lot of horrors that ended up actually coming after him. Even in his personal graves disguise, he was outnumbered by the Yakuza. There were about at least 24 horrors there, and Grindelwald was actually taking them all out until he ended up actually getting stopped by Newt Scamander and his Fantastic Beast. Grindelwald was highly skilled in charms and transfiguration, transfiguring himself into personal graves. Grindelwald was a seer. He was able to see the future, and very highly skilled with wandless magic. Without the use of his wand, he was able to pick up Newt Scamander, Tina Goldstein, and Jacob Kowalski, and ended up actually placing them down on their knees with their hands bound to their back. And was also able to throw a automobile at Tina. And the fact that he was able to mock Voldemort even at his lowest point in life shows that Grindelwald did not actually fear Voldemort one bit. And his most famous ability is his fiend fire. And actually not any ordinary fiend fire. It's actually a blue fiend fire. And I gotta say, it's probably gotta be the most powerful fiend fire in the series. Because Voldemort's fiend fire was regular orange, but yeah, his is blue, which means that it actually had more intensity when it comes to heat. Because it was generating actually more oxygen. Now, if these two dark wizards actually ever did meet, to fight against each other, who would actually truly win? And I think the winner will be Gellert Grindelwald. And why is that? Because Grindelwald ended up actually attaining full mastery of the Elder Wand. Something that Voldemort was not able to really do. And yes, Voldemort actually is more powerful when it comes to dark magic and stuff like that. But Grindelwald actually has a good understanding of dark magic, since he actually has learned it from Durmstrang and from his many journeys. And Grindelwald is by far a more masterful duelist than Voldemort is. Voldemort faced off against Dumbledore way past his prime with the Elder Wand and ended up still losing. This is a really youthful Grindelwald with the mastery of the Elder Wand, and that has actually dueled against Albus Dumbledore in his prime for 3 hours straight. And that actually says a lot, considering Dumbledore is the strongest wizard in his time. And also Grindelwald's incredible at defensive dueling. So Avada Kedavra probably would most likely never hit him. And if Voldemort uses his Fiend Fire, Grindelwald actually used his Fiend Fire as well, but Grindelwald's Fiend Fire is more stronger since it's blue flame. And in the end, I think that Grindelwald would just roast Voldemort alive. And with that, I declare Grindelwald the victor. But what do y'all think? I hope you enjoyed this versus battle, and hopefully they do more to come. If you did, leave a comment down below, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe a like, and subscribe for more videos like this to come. Thank you, and have a great day.